question came in also on real estate saying if the asking price of a property is 16 million and I do a valuation and it come back at 13.5, should I buy? I want to take your perspective first, Dr. Kesha, from the tax thing. Does this make sense? And for business, because you also work on businesses, does this make any sense? And then Wayne can come in as a real estate expert.
So I would look at the so I would say yes, because of the yes, man, real estate, and I would also think of the location though. So I said yes, because of how the real estate market is going, and I know that within a couple in Jamaica, so I know that within a couple of months or so it will appreciate in value, and so I would say yes, go ahead and purchase it because
you would have buy a property.
Yeah, man. Yes.
The valuation say it worth 13.5, but somebody selling you for 16, you still would have buy it?
I would bet no, man. So I first and foremost, Keisha, I would ask for how much lower they can go. But it must be something underlying that they are trying to get it for 16 million. Other persons are pushing up. So with something like that, the seller has the confidence and know that I can get it for that. It is for now the purchaser.
Yeah. Well, no, them are beat up them chest and say 16. I'm holding out for the 16
million. 16
million.
Because them know what them have and the persons are there that push it up to probably 17. Knowing the potential, and particularly if this person wants to do it for investment. I don't know the acreage or anything like that. So if it is something that you're looking not to just buy for your home or something like that, but investment purposes, I would say first go and ask for a discount, and then see how low that person would go. But I would do it.
Okay,
particularly if it's not, if the location is okay.
Yeah. What about you, Wayne?
Well, at first I was disagreeing with what the doctor was saying, but then she kind of led into the negotiation piece, which I think you have to look at it like the asking price doesn't determine what I pay for anything. People can ask for whatever they want. They could ask for 30 million for all I care. What is it worth to me? Right.
Exactly.
So I think the use of what this property is going to be for this person should determine what they pay for it or how much over appraised value or value, the valuation they're going to pay for it. So basically, and if you follow the process was, hey, asking price, offer came in, then I did a valuation. Now it's $2.5 million below what we probably agreed on. So here's where you find middle ground with the seller. If you have a seller who's reasonable, you can find middle ground. Sometimes it's, hey, why don't we split the difference? You'll get 1.25 million more than it worth, and I'll pay 1.25 million less than we agreed to. Because everything in real estate is negotiable, and anything you're doing with your money, you should want to argue yourself a better deal. Get yourself a better deal. Get yourself the best deal you can. Because in real estate, if that's where you're going, you make your money when you buy. You collect it over time, and you collect it on the sale.
Oh, what that mean? You make your money when you buy?
You make your money when you buy, and you collect it when you sell, or when you realize the value later on, right? Because your cost basis, I'm start talk a little bit of tax. Your cost basis,
the tax lady thing,
right? Yeah. Is what you pay for that thing, right? And as the doctor said before, the trend in Jamaica, and while it's not something that we can bank on, we can anticipate that it will go up based on past history. It's not appreciation is not a guarantee. Never is a guarantee, because anything can happen. But we can anticipate that it will trend upwards based on what has been happening historically.
Yes,
right?
Right.
So correct. If this person wants this property for long term, that $2.5 million won't matter, because there's such a thing called opportunity cost. If you walk away from it for $2.5 million today, you might not see it again. So negotiate, but no, if you want it, negotiate. But if you realize it's not gonna work, buy it.
Exactly.
So you want getting for the long-term potential. That makes
That's what
sense. That makes
if
sense.
that's your play. Unless you're flipping it. No, that's a whole different
Exactly.
thing.
Different
When I
ball
flip
game
it,
if you're flipping it.
so a flipping, we're gonna talk about the flip. Does it make sense to flip? Right? We see it on HGTV. We see it. Everybody have flip. Does it make sense to flip in Jamaica? Flip
Absolutely.
properties.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Absolutely. It makes sense to flip
Absolutely.
anywhere.
Yes. Yes.
Really?
Yeah, man.
Yes.
Why wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
But
All right.
Jamaica order for flipping a car black and steel. We can't just lick down wall and do anything because it's harder. It still and then Wayne, you were the one. Wayne made this popular last year, Dr. Kesha, saying that the Jamaican market is inefficient. Takes 6 months to sell a property to do a real estate transaction. So how does flipping make sense? If it gonna take me 6 months to buy the place and then fix it up and sell it, but that's not flipping. That take long.
You guys ready for this? Or not? You have something you want to add before I go?
Go.
Okay.
Here
When people think about flipping, right? You mean you hear when you started to go into construction. You started to talk about black and steel and this and that. What we are flipping is our money.
Correct.
So what you need to understand is we're flipping our money. We're not flipping our house. The house is just the vehicle that we use to flip the money. Right? Remember, so other people flip other things except house, But the money, they might flip.
Out a street,
The fact of the matter is, what you want to do is focus on finding an asset for one price and selling that asset for a higher price. If you need to improve it to do that, go ahead and improve it and do that. If you don't need to do anything to it, you just found a sweet deal where maybe this house for 60, that value 13 million. You know somebody, you did have some cash, you buy it for 10. Who knows? You get a good deal and you sell it back to somebody for 15. That's still a flip.
Flip that, yes. Correct.
That's still a flip. And most people in real estate think that they have to go through this elongated process to have some success. It's really about creating opportunities for yourself. Deals are not found, they're created. And how are they created? Through networking, through conversation, through negotiation, right? And through positioning yourself. That's what you want to do. So it's about finding deals and buying them at a discount and reselling them. That's a flip. You can get into development. What do you think developers are? They're not flip. They're not flip, They're just doing a little bit, longer process, but that's what they're doing. And where are they making more money instead of in Jamaica? You know what? You know how well they're doing in Jamaica? Very well.
Me here.
Very well. Very well.
Begrudge them.
So, Dr. Kesha, what are your views now from your tax and the business solution? It makes sense to flip taxation-wise?
Taxation-wise, it makes sense to flip because remember, no on that gain, you're not paying no taxes, right? And also,
why not?
Jamaica don't have a capital gains tax, so when you sell and all of that, that's what I've been saying from the outset. So in Jamaica, while US, you look at the bands and you charge a percentage, depends on the state and how much you get. There's a capital gains tax there and the other jurisdictions, but Jamaica don't have a capital gains tax yet. So once you do, there's no tax on the gains from whatever that you're doing, which is the best benefit that you can have with the flipping.